So, I want to have a discussion today, and today's discussion is going to be about something that I thought would never need to be talked about again because it was already talked to death like fucking 5, 6 years ago. But it appears
Yeah.
like I need to talk about it. That being reaction videos. And reaction videos were heavily shit on fucking 5, 6 years ago by people like iDubbbz and I Hate Everything. Like, these people made it clear that reaction videos are stealing, and that if you
Yep.
do reaction videos, you are taking views away from the people who you are reacting to, and that when reactors want to fucking get away with it, the main thing they'll react to is YouTube content. And for a bit, it seemed like everyone had, like, for the most part, an honor code where they didn't do reaction videos and they just let people's content be up. And one thing I want to point out is reactions are not, they are not commentary videos. Commentary
No.
videos will have the person pausing the clip and commentating on it. And for the most part, the commentary will be twice the length of the video they're watching. I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing with commentators. I'm not saying that commentators shouldn't be able to do what they do. What I'm saying
hmm
is that when it comes to people who just have the video playing, it's lazy nothing content. And just
Yeah.
like how it used to not be acceptable, it shouldn't be so wildly accepted now. It's still just as lazy as it ever was. It's still just as pointless as it ever was. It's just now it seems like people are conditioned to accept this type of content. And I want to blame Twitch. I know I'm on Twitch right now when this is live, but I want to blame Twitch because Twitch had people doing anime reaction videos. And I think the anime reaction videos kind of conditioned people to fucking like reaction videos again. So I think that Twitch helped repopularize reactions, and now reactions are big again. Except for, as we've seen recently with Twitch, um, the Twitch streamers started getting in copyright problems because of them just straight up stealing other people's content. So companies made Twitch get a DMCA system in place. So now Twitch streamers can't steal anime and cartoon content anymore. But even though they can't do that, they've done just like YouTubers did 5 or 6 years ago, where they're just stealing content from YouTube. That doesn't make it
Yeah.
any better. Just because it's not a
No.
corporation and chances are they won't fight you, it doesn't make it any better. You're still stealing views from them. These are people
Yep.
who are in the same communities as you. They're people who are in the same profession as you. And you're stealing their attention, their traction away. It doesn't matter if you fucking link the video. It doesn't matter if you link the channel. If you play the whole clip and for the most part you're silent, you've taken away the reason for someone to watch that video. You've taken away the reason for someone to fucking stick around for the actual content. And for
Yeah.
the people who pretend like it is self-promotion or anything, these are the same arguments Jinx used 5 years ago. Like, these are the
Yeah.
same arguments that
It's
people would condemn before.
yeah. It's just so stupid and absurd that like we had such a fucking uproar with people like Jinx and people condemning them and saying that that's you shouldn't be doing that. That's bad, and everyone agreeing that was bad. To now it's come back and everyone's just kind of like, yeah, okay, this isn't a problem. Oh fuck, they're getting copyright striked. Oh, that's not good. We should be able to do this. Why
Yeah,
aren't we allowed to do this?
I think the people who were fighting against the DMCA system, they're stupid. The people who were fighting
hmm
against the copyright systems, they were the worst ones. Like, there were
Yep.
certain Twitch streamers, and because I don't want to start anything with anyone, I'm not going to name
Yeah.
names. But there
Yeah.
were
No.
there were Twitch streamers who were honestly like, they think that they should be able to do this, and they had on their website where you could go to watch them still steal anime content.
Yeah, it's not a good look. They're fucking clearly stealing. They know they're stealing. They just don't care.
Here's the thing with fair
It's,
use. Fair use is the thing that we all fucking go under, and it's the reason why we're able to do content, period, like this. With fair use, the thing that contributes to it being fair use is the usage of the content and how much of the content you use. That means if you're using it for review or parody, that's fine. But it still matters how much of the content you use. If you're reviewing something and you play the entire movie, there's no reason to watch the movie anymore. If you are
no.
doing a parody of something and you reenact the entire movie scene by scene, it doesn't matter if you call it a parody. Your thing is a replacement for it. That's the thing we talked about with the SpongeBob thing the other day. They were saying that they were a parody, but their SpongeBob movie Rehydrated was a replacement for the original SpongeBob movie. If I watch
Yeah.
Rehydrated, I don't need to watch the original SpongeBob movie anymore.
Yeah, so what's even the point of watching it?
And a
Like,
lot of kids will take that as a replacement. They will watch that instead of the real movie. When it comes to fair use, one of the main things about fair use is how much of the content that you're using and how you're using the content. When
yeah.
it came to the SpongeBob movie Rehydrated, like we talked about a bit ago, they tried to claim that they were within fair use and that they were a parody. But they didn't change the script at all. They read the lines verbatim. They reanimated every single scene the way it was from the SpongeBob movie. Same script, same everything. That's not a parody. And
No.
for people like Doug Walker for the longest time, it's arguable if his reviews are fair use because in a lot of his old reviews, he just shows the entire movie. Yeah, he's talking over the movie. Yeah, he's reviewing the movie, but he still gives you the entire experience of the movie without you having to watch it. And I would be lying if I said that as a kid I didn't watch Nostalgia Critic from time to time when I was hesitant on watching a movie at all. And I would watch Nostalgia Critic to see if I wanted to see that movie. So sometimes I did use reviews as a way to gauge if a movie was worth my time.
I mean, I think reviews are different. It has to be transformative.
Well, the thing
If
about transformative, the thing about being transformative, that's just a loose, vague term to protect people. Transformative means that you are doing something to change the context of the clips that you're using. And if you watch a professional review, if you read professional reviews, they don't spoil the entire movie. They review the movie. You can talk about the issues and the beats of a movie without having to give a full plot synopsis of every single fucking thing that happens in the movie. What internet reviewers do is not typical for reviews. And it's
fair.
because they want to pad out time. It's because they want to fucking get people watching their stuff. So they know what they're doing. But if I watch people's review of a movie, why do I need to watch the movie anymore if I know everything that's going to happen in the movie? A lot of kids will just watch the reviews and pretend like they know stuff about movies. There's people who will talk to you about Cool Cat Saves the Kids who's never watched Cool Cat Save the Kids. They just watched reviews of it. There's
Wait,
people who will
really?
talk to you about The Room who's never seen The Room and shouldn't see The Room because it has sex
No,
scenes in it.
don't. Yeah.
Sometimes reviews are just straight up used as someone's experience of watching something. And I'm not going to say 100% all reviews are bad. That's where I think people get mixed up, is that they want an all or nothing. With this, I think it's more of fair use is a vague thing, and we need to be careful with how we go about it. But going back
Yeah.
to what I was saying to begin with is, the reason why I brought up reviewers, the reason why I brought up this to begin with, is because people who do reactions could claim similar defenses that reviewers do. And I think the big thing that both of them are at fault with is that both of them show everything there is of the material that they're reviewing or reacting to. So there's really no reason for you to consume the original media, which means that within the fair use clause, it would count as a substitute. It could count as a substitute. So I think that there is a legitimate argument that both people who review like that and people who react to videos are breaking the fair use clause.
Yeah, that's very fair because it is just a replacement.
Well,
And
it
that's
could
what,
be. Like, that's the thing.
yeah,
It's like, we're not lawyers.
it
We're
depends.
not fucking police officers. We're not going to fucking tell you how the law is. But I'm saying there's enough wiggle room for it to be interpreted as that. Meanwhile, if you take the fucking clips that you need to make your argument and you just play what you have to, it's fair use. You're gonna most likely win if anyone dared to take you to court. Like, if you only play what you have to and you talk over it and you fucking, you end up putting more of your commentary into it than there is movie, you're usually safe. But
Yeah.
reaction videos, unlike reviews, they don't even have the benefit of saying, well, at least I'm adding my own opinion to it. For the most part, reaction people just tend to watch the video as is verbatim and just slightly fucking say one thing here and there. And sometimes you can't even hear them because you're watching the thing with them. And for
Mm-hmm.
the people who say, I watch reaction videos because it's my way of watching something with a friend, I have to say, get a fucking friend. Go
Yeah,
out and
because
talk to people.
that's not healthy. That's a bad parasocial relationship.
Yeah, all you're doing is convincing this person to steal content, and you're
Hmm.
enabling that type of behavior by giving them your view and giving them your money.
Yeah,
There
if
were
you want to
people on
watch stuff
Twitch
with people, get friends to watch it with.
There were multiple people on Twitch who watched the entirety of Avatar The Last Airbender. Why would I need to get Paramount Plus when I can just watch this schmuck fucking watch Avatar The Last Airbender?
Yeah, because like it doesn't matter like how small or if the image is flipped or whatever. If people want to watch it and not have to pay to watch it, they're going to fucking do it just so they can see it without having to pay.
I think I think the big reasons to why people have flipped on how they view fair use and how they view reactions now is one, because of, like I said earlier, with the Twitch streamers popularizing it again, but two, I would say it's from content burnout. A lot of content creators started bending over to the algorithm and forcing themselves to upload every day. So for a
Yeah.
lot of content creators, this is the type of content that makes it plausible. Some people became Let's Players when they wanted to be able to make content every day. And at least with that, you're able to actually, do the same thing over and over again. But if you're
Yeah.
someone who is a part of a community and there isn't anything to do repeatedly, what can you do? Oh, I know. I'll just watch that thing I talk about. So instead of talking about Dragon Ball, I'll watch Dragon Ball on stream. Instead of talk about Avatar, I'll watch all of it.
Yeah, it's just if they're just sitting there just watching it, it's really not fucking that's not legal. They're making money off it. They're making a profit off of doing nothing other than looking at other people's work.
And the thing that I've noticed more and more as time goes on is that YouTubers are getting fed up with actually making content. You've got people like I Hate Everything who used to fight for people who spent time making content. He used to make really in-depth, like crazy, over-edited content. But now for the most part, you'll be lucky if you get one I hate video a year, and usually it's just Search for the Worst, where all he does is review movies. And you're lucky if you get anything like that, like just once a year. Now, for the most part, he just does podcasts. Because with a podcast, just like how I'm doing, you just sit down and talk. And I'm not shitting on them for this. I'm just saying that YouTubers now, they don't want to have to put in all the effort and all the work of over editing just to impress a bunch of children. And I don't blame them. It's the same thing with me. I just
Yeah.
want to play video games, talk, and have fun. I have a job that I do besides this. When I get home from work or I have a day off, I like to just play video games and chill. I'm not trying to
Mhm.
fucking... I'm not trying to make this like my career or anything. I'm just trying to be able to express what I'm into. I'm trying to just express myself. And just like how people used to 10 years ago on YouTube, I don't care about the editing quality. I don't care about pumping out a video every day. Sometimes it'll be
Yeah.
2 days before I upload another video. Sometimes it'll be one day. Sometimes it'll be 4 videos in the same day. That's because I'm
Yeah.
just uploading at the pace that I'm comfortable with and I'm not forcing it. When you force it, you end up getting burnout and you end up resorting to doing stuff like reactions. And no matter what, I think reactions is the poor man's content. I would rather take discussions,
Absolutely.
I would rather take podcasts, I'd rather take anything over reactions.
Mhm.
And
Like,
whenever I see like channels starting to work reactions into their content, you know that channel's out of ideas. They're suffering
yeah.
from burnout. They don't want to do this anymore.
Absolutely.
They just want to earn a quick buck. And it's sad to see more and more channels resort to this type of lazy content. I say if it was bad 5 years ago, it's bad now. The arguments haven't changed. It's just people's
Nope.
outlook on it has changed. And I think we need to go back to enforcing fair use, to enforcing people to actually follow the guidelines and not fuck things up for everybody. If you want to be able to use clips in your stuff, figure out how to review.
Yeah. Well, I think like a large reason as to why some of them are doing it is just because they're probably YouTubers who have been doing it for years, and they have to fucking make a video every day, otherwise the algorithm will fuck them. Because the YouTube algorithm is garbage with how they fucking treat their creators.
Well, the thing that gets me mad is that these type of people, they ruin it for people who actually are creative. Like people who make YouTube poops, people who make parodies, people who make remixes. They ruin it for those type of people because they just want to make a quick buck and they're out of ideas. Meanwhile, the people who make YouTube poops and parodies, they spend hours upon weeks making this. Sometimes
Yeah.
YouTube poopers have to have like so many people collaborating just to fucking take this and remix it. And just like with actual parodies, it completely changes the context of the clips that are being used. And then they still
Yeah.
get punished because of people stealing.
Yeah. It's just, I think when YouTube changed it to where like animators no longer really made any money off it, that's when it started to go downhill with the fucking algorithm.
I
'Cause
think
it's
it's
just
when
so easy to
I think
make
it's when they
just
started favoring people who uploaded daily. That's when it
that
started going
too.
downhill. Because
Absolutely,
it's
yeah.
unsustainable. It's
It
unsustainable
really
to
is.
be able to... One, you have to get into a community in order to thrive on YouTube. And then
Mhm.
two, you have to be able to upload daily about that one subject in order for the algorithm to favor you. That's
Yeah.
why I don't care. I'm just doing variety stuff. I just want to be able to talk about all the things I'm into and not be stuck in one thing. I don't want to just make Sonic content. I don't want to just make video game content. I don't want to just make anime content. I want to talk about everything I'm into. I don't want to have to worry about, well, if I talk about anime content, will people watch it? I just want to talk about what I want to talk about, and if people like me, they'll watch it. And that's how people should be.
Yeah.
But the algorithm has conditioned people to just upload daily and to not care about the quality of their uploads anymore. And it's
Well, there's
really
also
sad.
there's also just I'm guessing it's the conditioning people have gone through after having it like this for so long to people that just they don't care about the content creator. They just care about them when they're making a certain kind of content that they like.
Yeah,
And when they try to change that content, they get pissed off. It's like, no, why are you not? I liked you. Why are you doing this? I don't like this. You've changed. You're garbage now. It's like you didn't actually care for the person. You just wanted to see this type of content, and now that they're not doing that kind of content anymore, you don't like them.
I'm not gonna name
Just
names. I'm
leave.
not gonna name names, but when the fucking ugly Sonic stuff happened with Chip and Dale, I seen some people just upload all the clips of ugly Sonic instead of like talking about it and then being transformative with it. Some people just straight up re-uploaded that shit. Whenever a new game is announced, I see some people just straight up re-upload the trailer instead of actually talking about it and being transformative with it and reviewing it. They'll just straight up re-upload the trailer.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, it's just easy content for people. And there's fucking not enough of a backlash from like normal people that are saying, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. This isn't good. This is not okay.
Yeah,
And
I think everyone, and I hate to be a contrarian, but I think everyone is partially to blame for this.
yeah,
I think people need to hold creators accountable, and I think creators need to hold each other accountable. But in this
yeah,
new climate where everyone's afraid of being canceled and everyone's afraid of causing any stir at all, we don't want to call each other out, period. And I think some things are worth calling out. I think there is a way to talk about this without making it quote unquote drama. Because with me, I'm not naming any names, I'm not condemning any people, I'm not calling for a cancellation. I'm just saying this is a bad thing I see people doing. Don't do it. Like, stop doing it. And I think that's the most non-drama, non-problematic way you can come about it. Is this is a bad thing I notice people are doing. Can we stop?
yeah. I think that really is the best way to do it because otherwise, like, people take offense and get upset and riled up, think that they're trying to be canceled when they're not. It's just people pointing it out, like, let's not do this kind of content.
Yeah, I don't want to condemn any one user. I don't want to condemn any one community. It's people throughout all of YouTube. And people need to realize that they shouldn't be doing this. And doing this, yet again, rocks the fucking boat of fair use. And
Yeah.
we're already in danger as is with fair use. We shouldn't
Yeah.
rock that boat any harder.
No, it's just going to cause more problems, more upset. It's going to be a lot more difficult for people because every time we've had issues with fair use in the past or with anything, like people get fucked over, people get hurt, people have to fucking completely change what they're doing. And it wouldn't have been an issue if they weren't doing stuff that was like bad for fair use to begin with.
And yet again, I'll say that I'm not an expert. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a legal expert. I'm just someone talking, and I just want to have a conversation about stuff. So don't take my opinion as gospel. Look into it yourself and form your own opinions.